Now you can record. Start recording.
Well,
Start recording
these
live.
are, all of these
Live from Bitcoin Advisors headquarters here, and the dollar is pulling back. And what is Bitcoin going to do here? I think I'm going to limit out of this trade because I am.
What's your favorite alt right now? Stronger than we expect. And we already concluded we needed to raise rates more than is
Tezos in the house. Tezos.
Team Matic in the building. Team
Okay.
Polygon for the win. Promise.
So today, for people who aren't familiar with the FOMC, who actually is on the FOMC?
So the U.S. Central Bank consists of a board of governors here in Washington. There are 7 governors. Those governors are nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate. And
Dude, I
these
hate
sort of
KuCoin.
terms that are not synced up.
KuCoin, you suck.
You should tell everybody to put in the comments their favorite altcoin. See how many teams
We're
you
running
can
a
get.
poll right now.
We're gonna poll. What's your favorite
So
altcoin?
so
Put it in the comments.
Each reserve bank is led by a
We're
president
below.
or full-time. All 12
Mike
of them have
Mike
phones.
Panetta says fire set up.
Yeah. Do you think we have enough
Brand new
screens?
computer.
I don't think we have enough screens.
Well,
We need it.
we need
I think we need an iPad somewhere in between the.
New one on the ceiling too.
I think you're right.
So when you vote, do you vote at the
We just have
beginning of the
CoinMarketCap
FOMC
up.
meeting and then just kind of have discussions?
This is
afterwards?
real life right here. This is Chris Mitchell in the flesh,
Check out the graph.
making real trades,
I
y'all.
mean, the FOMC
Player
meeting
request for the
process
graph.
takes,
We'll
you know,
check out
more than a
that,
full
the pricing
week.
on
I'm
the
talking
graph
to all
over
the
here.
participants, all
Yeah.
like all the 18 other ones, and the staff
This
is sent
trades in
around
real
memos,
time,
and there's
y'all.
something called the
That's where the
field
magic
book, which
is made,
the
right
staff's
Can you tell us about the
philosophy
behind the
and
one glove?
national economy and monetary policy and all that. So we have an extensive discussion.
They gotta join the private Discord.
First
The Discord.
On the second day.
All right, what's up, guys?
We vote on monetary policy.
Jerome Powell lying through his teeth. David Rubenstein. I hope you put it to him.
And say, here's what I
He looks
think,
nervous.
and, or does he wait
All
until
right,
the
Johnny.
end and say, well, thanks for what you think, but let me
Peace
tell you what
out
I
from the
think.
Middle East
What do
out.
you do?
So
First and last.
different chairs have done it different ways, and so I tended to do what my immediate predecessor did, I think. Well, this is what I do. I speak last on the sort of the economic go-around, so everyone
So,
else talks about
The dollar's ripping down right now after we got some continuation from yesterday. Like I said, first pass on the green 55 is usually a sell.
I speak first on monetary policy.
Okay, so you said your inflation rate target is 2%. But why 2% and not 3%? 3%, could be tolerable, really. I mean, for most of organized history, 3% is considered okay. Why do you want 2%?
So 2% is the global standard, and that is our objective. 2% as measured by the PCE index, and that's not something we're looking at changing. That isn't going to change.
That's not going to change.
Not going to change. No.
But, okay, so you need to get the 2%, and your goal to get there is by what period of time would you like to get there?
Well, we say that we're using our tools to get there over time. If you look at our forecasts, we expect 2023 to be a year of significant declines in inflation, and it's actually our job to make sure that that's the case.
So, yeah, guys, if you're on YouTube land watching this here, Jerome Powell is giving a little speech about inflation coming down, or his goal to get it down to 2%. 10-year yields are pulling up as we speak, so
Okay, so 2% is.
what is the market, how are they digesting this?
So,
He
the
hasn't-
theory of raising interest rates is that it will decrease economic activity and increase unemployment. But you've been increasing interest rates for a while, and unemployment is now at a record low. So what's wrong with the theory? Why is unemployment not going higher?
Well, the labor market is strong because the economy is strong. And as I mentioned, it's a good thing that we've been able to see the beginnings of disinflation without seeing the labor market weaken. It's just that there's a lot of demand for workers. In fact, if you look at the supply of workers versus demand for workers, demand for U.S. workers is now more than 5 million greater than the available supply. And the available supply consists of people who are either working or actively looking for a job. So this was not the case before the pandemic. The pandemic really had a significant, left a lasting mark so far on labor supply in the United States. Labor force participation rate came down, and there now is a shortage.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are on their COVID
So that's a significant issue.
break holiday still. No wonder, you know,
Acceptable to you.
supply of workers is down and demand is up. Everybody's still. So here, check out the dollar right now, guys.
4%, 5%.
Dollar is currently down from the high today, almost 1%. And what is Bitcoin doing in the opposite direction, right? Big green girthy candle. So you can just quickly see as the dollar goes down, Bitcoin goes up, reassuring us our theory is correct 100%. Now, is Powell going to say something to tamp down the market? That's the question.
We're not targeting.
He's not changing his 2% inflation target. Yeah, we definitely should have.
In hindsight, would you say that when COVID hit the economy and we injected $5 trillion of fiscal policy into the economy,
$5 trillion.
Quantitative easing and other related things kept interest rates very low. Would you say in hindsight that was a mistake or was the right policy at the time?
I think you have to go back to the decisions that were made in real time. And
Look at that perfect breakdown and retest of this trend line. So we're getting a higher high here, and let's check out where could the impulsive move come up here on Bitcoin. We're up to the 382. If we crack above there, I think the next target's going to be 23.6.
Inflation, as I mentioned, we're at the beginning of getting that down. If you look around the world, though, at other countries, they're also experiencing high inflation, including countries that didn't.
You got to imagine Powell's just saying something here that is going to, you know, he's trying to instill confidence in the Fed, right?
You know, the pandemic.
That what they're doing is the right thing to do.
That's a big part of it.
Now, the quantitative easing
But
program has
here's what Rubenstein just asked him. He said, hey, look, after injecting, $5 trillion into the economy for COVID, was that the right move? And what did Powell say? He said, yeah, that was the right move, right? Inflation's just transitory. So you got to believe these guys are full of it, absolutely full of it. And the big plan is devalue your money and take your money, right? They don't have any interest in keeping, you know, they don't have your interest at heart. Jerome Powell, when he goes home to sleep at night, I don't think he's thinking about middle America or the bottom half of America. He's getting paid by the big boys. Remember, the Federal Reserve is the biggest bank in the world. They are a for-profit bank. They're not owned by our government. So they are for profit, right? So that means the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And that's why I like Bitcoin. And look at that opposite reaction. Already taken a hit. So these events, you typically do experience some volatility here. And just looking at the fibs again, just getting rejected at that 382, which is typical. And the dollar is still coming down. So what that tells me is that this move could get extended. And like I said, any kind of an hourly closure above the 382, very likely we get that move up to the 618 fib. This is on the S&P, interestingly enough. I had the wrong thing up. Bitcoin is not reacting as harshly as the S&P right now. So, and you know, overall the S&P and the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ are going to be some of the leaders. Here's the Dow. So not getting as much volatility out of the Dow here, which the Dow has been a pillar of strength here recently. The S&P is looking like it wants to put in a higher low and head up to that kind of that next target here. So let's see if Powell says anything else. So my little rant there, Powell, you know, is just feeding the U.S. If you watch the news going into this meeting, I mean, it was so much garbage. They were talking about Turkey and Syria, the war in the Ukraine. They were talking about the state of the Union, which is coming tonight. And they wanted to bring up, I mean, if you watch politics in Los Angeles, every channel is about gun control and the police that are brutalizing people and blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm sure there are some unfortunate things happening out there. But I don't believe 1 minute. Bloomberg is the biggest sham on TV, and alongside the Jerome Powell saying, inflation's going to be transitory, right? Just like they're telling us we're likely going to have a soft landing, likely we're going to not have a recession, and inflation's going to come down to 2%. When inflation's at 2%, remember, they were telling us that last year and the year before that, the real inflation, the cost of things that you need to survive, milk, bread, and gasoline, were going through the roof, right? Eggs, right? Milk, bread. Have you checked the price of eggs lately? Tell me inflation's transitory.
Can we check out TA for an alt?
Yeah, let's go.
A lot of people want to see the graph for GRT.
GRT has been pumping this morning, so I hear. GRT. Let's check out crypto here. GRT. Have to add it again.
Mike says, I read an article that Bank of America is preparing for dollar default.
That's the other thing, is the debt ceiling coming up here, 41%. So where does she go? I'm looking at selling pressure coming in at this wick at about 23 cents. So, hey, why not go with the pump as the dollar's going down? Let's check it out on the weekly if that lines up with anything. Yeah, the green 55 coming up. That looks like a good target. Do we want to hop on the back of that rally? No, not really. Not after it's broken out 41% in one day, right? But if you are looking for some confluence here on the targets, right? Look at that 382 coming in at 22 cents. So might consider taking some profits if you're in that trade on Mr. GRT coming in at the green 55. That's all I got. So yeah, an invalidation if you want to get out of there's not much you can say. We're not in a blue sky breakout. We're in a bear market rally, and the next stop is about 22 cents, or maybe even 20 cents. Okay, any other coins?
Yeah, see if this is available. EPX, it's a decentralized exchange, like the Uniswap of Binance, I think.
EPX, Uniswap of Binance. It is up 8% right now. And I do like the decentralized exchanges, like DYDX also has been pumping pretty hard. We're in a daily uptrend, right? Higher lows and higher highs. However, what I'm willing to bet is we're going to have some massive hidden bearish divergence coming back from this pivot right here. So essentially, if we cannot clear this high right here, this purple 200 right here, I mean, we wicked up into it. If we cannot get a daily closure above there, you will have bearish divergence on many levels on the daily. So what is that? You can see lower highs there versus higher highs in price and the RSI. So coming back from this pivot, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do I think that this is probably going to stop here? Probably not. Why is that? Well, once the RSI gets back into the bullish control zone and we start taking out, well, yeah, you're going to have bearish divergence coming back from this pivot as well. If the RSI cannot get above here at 77, you're going to run into some selling pressure. But essentially, when you grind along this thing and then you get back in the bullish control zone, typically you're going to have a little more room to run on. And the RSI also you can draw triangles on the RSI, trend lines, excuse me. And it looks something like this, right? So you get the little triangle on the RSI, and we are breaking out. We had the retest, and now breakout maybe to the top side of the range here. So this one could have a little bit more to go, only up 7% today compared to GRT up 41%, not bad. And what do we see here? The dollar's continuing to get smoked on the 15-minute. Volatility increasing. And looks like, yeah, the dollar really getting pushed back. And we did get this sell on the daily time frame off the green 55. And really just a tick below here For the U.S. dollar, I'm looking for the dollar to come down to 102.64. However, we did call out continuation yesterday, and we got that going into this speech.
Sorry, it's safe if you stay on.
Sorry, he's got another question.
You're good at that.
That's what I tried to
And
do.
do you still play the guitar, or you're
I
still?
do, yeah.
Jerome Powell plays the guitar.
Playing guitar, you should need longer hair. Was your hair longer when you were younger?
Gray hair, it's too gray too.
Okay, so let me ask you about the issue of what it's like to be chairman of the Fed. You can't go have regular friendship.
What is it like to be a
dinners or
chairman of the
meetings,
Fed?
and
I don't know.
People treat you much differently, I assume, than they used to, right? When you go to a restaurant, are people listening to what you're saying or something like that?
I have always thought that my jokes were funny, David. But no, so yes, it's I've never been a public figure before like this, and it's very different. But it's a great honor to serve. But yeah, when you go in
Great honor to serve the biggest bank in the world. Yeah.
And
I'm
does
sure.
the United States ever call you with any advice, or you don't?
Honestly, I like Jerome Powell.
President Trump ever call you, or President Biden ever call you, or?
Well, I think it's a matter of public record that President Trump did used to call me from time to time.
Yeah, Trump.
What did he call you?
What did he call you?
No, I haven't had that kind of. I haven't gotten any calls from President Biden.
Biden can't even
So
talk.
the biggest challenge you have now.
Biden doesn't even know his last name.
A straight face, not telling people what you're going to do in the future, and look at the data, and then come up with the right solution, right? That's mostly it.
I think the biggest challenge we face at the Fed is completing the process of getting inflation down to 2%. And what I want to point out is that we're seeing disinflation in the goods sector. We expect to see it
Check
in
out
the
Shiba when you have a
sector.
chance.
Let's
And
check out some Shiba
these are
coin.
parts of
So, again, just as I'm thinking about what's going on here, you've got a billionaire. By the way, Jerome Powell, I don't know if this article has any legitimacy or not, but it says here, Trump compares Jerome Powell to Chinese President Xi. That's pretty gnarly, Look at another one ripping to the upside, that Fetch coin. Those AI coins are parting to the upside. By the way, I did look it up yesterday for you guys wondering. Fetch coin, it's available on Bybit. Shout out to Bybit. I like them a lot better than stupid KuCoin garbage. They're a scam for sure. What else I want to say? All right, so the other coin we had,
Shiba.
the Shibster. The Shibster, and we'll check out Solana too, because that one is being lost in the dust here. So this one has the potential for a breakout. And I do believe we said, hey, look, closure above here is probably good enough for the next rally. Call it, I'm not even going to say all the zeros ahead of this name here, but yeah, you could become a millionaire owning Shibcoin, because it's negative not 14330. Not a whole lot of zeros there, but here's the breakout target. If we do, this had a major consolidation right here, and next target is 17,649. That lines up with this wick back here, and probably going to run into some selling pressure up there. Invalidation on this one back below 10,898. I do want to check out Solana if it's recovered from the dead or not. Looks like it just put in another potential lower high. Actually, I'd be waiting for a closure below here, below $20.13. Very likely coming back down to about $15.22. Otherwise, this could be a potential higher low on the day. We'll cross up today above 25,114. Anything on the weekly of note? Not really. Looks like it's slumping over as well. Nothing to write home about for. Now, here's what would tell me we could get a little more extension on this run. Perhaps up to about $32 for Mr. Solana is this closure right here. This green girthy candle Doesn't mean you can't get a backfill all the way to 15, but I would suspect continuation first based on the monthly closure for Solana. Another one I like to look at, Cardano. Got any Cardano fans in the house?
I don't know. Maybe this mostly.
What's
Someone's asking this rally. People are calling it a bull rally. Is it a bull trap though? What do you think?
Yeah, very likely a bull trap. And why is that?
And why do you think? Why do you think KuCoin's a scam? I think they want to know.
Well, I just noticed, I've traded a lot there for some years now, and just more and more, it makes you punch in your passcode. Like whenever you have the perfect trade set up and you're trying to get a trade in, it makes you put in your password so your limit order will not hit. They have very bad customer service. Basically, I notice, and I trade heavily, millions of dollars on KuCoin. Heavily, they have market makers that are trading against you. So especially if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get, wrecked, and the fees are high as well. So, I mean, I'm just complaining because of just some bad customer service I've had lately. And I've noticed just more and more of that type of behavior. But overall, right, they have some really good tools and really good products available when it comes to cryptocurrency that Coinbase sure doesn't offer, right? But when you're talking about a leveraged exchange with ETFs, and hey, they made it through the Sam Bankman-Fried debacle, right? Unscathed. Are they better than Binance? Better than KuCoin? Yes, but I like Bybit's format a lot better, and I think there's some other like Prime XBT that's coming out with some better products, and you also have the decentralized exchanges like DYDX. And let's just do a little comparison in DYDX native token, which that's what it is. DYDX. These decentralized exchange tokens are flying to the moon, for real. Like that EPX, DYDX.
DeFi summer.
DeFi summer.
DeFi spring.
So look at this big green girthy candle right here, and that looks like, I mean, there's not enough price history on this one, but that usually implies continuation, something like that. If you look at the weekly, probably heading up to that green 55 at 415. We just broke the range and got the three, I wouldn't say it's rising valleys, but actually you got three drives of hidden bullish divergence, and the way we trade, yes, that would give you a target of 421, which is going to be significantly higher, 32% higher than we're at today. And the rally off the lows here is up 260% in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, call it 6 weeks. So really nice gains there for Mr. DYDX. What was the other one we were just talking about?
The EPX?
No. Let's check out ApeCoin. Aping around here. Descending triangle. Looks like it broke out here. And I would probably draw it something like that. And get us a nice little fib target. Probably got already hit. Right? To the T almost. Yep. It's funny how these things just line up just perfectly. Almost dead on. Right? There's the 1618 fib, and probably going to come back down first. If I had to guess, hitting that green 55 right there, probably going to come back down as long as we make another higher low and we can stay above really $4. This thing looks like it could head onwards and upwards, but I'll give you my just last 2 cents because we didn't do a lot of Bitcoin analysis. We were trying to check this Powell labor market thing, and honestly, It's too much to do a live stream and trading all at the same time here. But what I will say is that a look at Aptos wants to come down. That one does look like it wants to come down. Down to at least 13.18. May have already tested that. I would not be shorting this one after how bullish it was, but Adam also kind of hitting our target here. I mean, we had this target drawn out the other day. Bullish, almost a bullish engulfing candle, probably continuation on the 5-day time frame, and the weekly looks bullish. AVAX, another popular one. Looks like it's getting some, an indecision candle on the weekly, but momentum's still to the upside here, and the daily putting in a higher low today if it closes anywhere here or higher. Let's check out Axie. Axie, another really popular one I like for the gaming sector. If it is going to put in a higher low anywhere above 1178, I'm going to look for a run back at that purple 200. That does look like a bit of a top though on the parabolic blow off run here on the gaming sector, up 137%, not too bad. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to compare KuCoin to DYDX. That was my thought there. So KCS token, which is it going to survive? I mean, it looks weaker than most. Weaker than most. So we've got this trend line coming in here, a bit of a higher low. And let's see if there's any divergences on the weekly. Has it played out yet? So what you will notice here is volatility is just beginning to expand. We're getting out of the bearish control zone. All these things are lining up for a bit of a bullish run. Now let's compare KuCoin to DYDX, right? And why are decentralized exchanges becoming so popular? Well, people don't want to have to worry about, they don't want to have to worry about getting all their coins jacked from Sam Bankman-Fried, right? They want to have a decentralized exchange, which is run by code and not by people. And like KuCoin, that's at the mercy of the government and the politicians and the bankers. And it's the whole reason we own crypto in the first place, right? So KCS is, and they make you, and their KYC requirements are kind of garbage. So KCS up 38%, DYDX up 190%. So another one I like, long-term, Tezos, good founders, good project. Who knows if they're going to make it, but I know they got a war chest full of Bitcoin and Ethereum to get through the storms. Looks like it does want to head up a bit higher. Next target probably going to be 134 on Tezos. How's Mr. Zill doing after getting absolutely shafted? Did it hit the 1618 target? Definitely took out the June low, but that one could go down forever. I would not be messing around with that. How about my XRPs? Who's in the XRP army? Do we got any XRP army, folks? Is that low? All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. Nobody cares about Jerome Powell and his decisions.
We do XRP real quick. Someone.
All right. All right, XRP on the daily.
Everyone just commented real quick way. They're alive.
All right, so volatility expanding as momentum's coming to the downside. We are bouncing off the green 55. The question is higher, low, or not. So if we can close above 40 cents today, I'd look for at least continuation up for another run at that purple 200. However, if we lose this region, if we just take out yesterday's low at 38 cents or not 0.38989, then I'm looking for another, the next kind of level to get hit, probably between this green box here, which is going to be like this. And if we start to lose that region, you better cry home, and XRP, you better not be enlisted in their army. All right, guys, I hope you had a little bit of fun today. I just wanted to bring you a little live stream as Jerome Powell was going to be running his mouth, and the market didn't do much. Again, the dollar is going to be the big benefactor here. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? I think we could have another leg up on the dollar. This is going to close as an indecision candle. And again, if we do take out the low at, call it 102.96, then I would be looking for some continuation to the downside. And risk assets to go up. If we take out this wick to the high at 104, I would look for the next target to get hit at about 105. And then risk assets come down. I'm ultimately looking for a higher low opportunity somewhere between 18 to 20,000. That's just me, though. And I'm going to sign out there, guys. Hope you guys have a blessed and highly favored day. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care.